I really kind of want to go ahead and do this tier list for this class tier list, okay? And we're gonna do it based on spec. All right, so we're gonna make it really worth it. All right. However, Nixium released the best and worst classes hardcore WoW Classic Edition. So I think we should watch this, look at his hot take on it, and then we'll go ahead and create our own tier list with we'll go ahead and do with specs. Okay, so we'll kind of go, we'll go one up on that. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this video. I'm a huge Nixium fan, guys. I'm a really big Nixium and Asmongold fan. I really enjoy their videos. I kind of enjoy Asmongold a lot because of the fact that I disagree with him on some of the stuff that he says, and it annoys the piss out of me when he says stuff that's just so like, how the hell could you possibly say something so stupid? But at the same time, he says a lot of things that are really like smart, you know? So I really enjoy it. Nixium's just a freaking man. I love this guy. All right, let's get into it.
From my experience playing Classic WoW Hardcore, these are my favorite classes to play, as well as my least favorite. You guys get ready, because damn, like, this video is gonna kick the hornet's nest, because people are not gonna like what I'm about to say.
I would hate that.
Here we go. Let's start with the 3 favorites.
Three
and then
favorite?
we'll do the 3 least favorites.
Oh, that's
Before
it?
we dive
Okay.
into the video, though, we have to thank this channel's
Zygor?
sponsor, Zygor. Zygor is World of Warcraft's ultimate add-on and also the sponsor for this channel, so I wanted to give them a quick shout out real fast. If you're looking for awesome leveling guides, achievement farming guides, mount collecting, gold making, you name it, guys, check out Zygor today. Link down below in the description. And after trying out Zygor's free version, if you decide to upgrade to full, be sure to use Nixium for 20% off. Thanks, guys.
20% off,
My
baby.
first favorite class for Classic
hear
WoW
it.
Hardcore is the Warlock. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to say, dude, Warlock is easy mode when it comes to Classic WoW Hardcore. And you know what?
It's really not.
You are 100% correct. But the Warlock, it doesn't matter.
I think Warlock, I can't remember. Isn't it like Warlock is one of the classes that dies the most in hardcore? Like, aside from Warrior? I guess say like Warlock is like the second. Yeah, Warlock, people die in Warlock all the time. And the reason why people die in Warlock is because once you snatch threat from your freaking from your pet, which is actually really easy to do. Your pet's not the most effective tank, okay? And if you snatch threat from your pet, you better hope to God that the enemy's almost dead, because if you're fighting multiple enemies and you snatch threat, you're gonna have to start to fear things like crazy and run around in circles, and you're gonna start to link the whole world. Oh man, it's really easy to die on a Warlock because you can get complacent very easily.
Or if it's Classic WoW Hardcore or just regular leveling, the Warlock is just such a fun class to play in Classic WoW. It's so easy to fall into the class fantasy of the Warlock. Summoning demons, using health stones, consuming people's souls.
Yeah.
It's great. You get that free mount at level 40. There's good
so
survivability with life drain, the health stones, fear.
The health stones are nice.
Warlocks are just fun as a class in hardcore.
They're great to kill
elites
with.
So much with them. And there's so much to look forward to, with like getting the new pets, and you really feel like you're on an adventure as a Warlock.
That one.
The only downside of playing this class is, yeah, it's pretty easy compared to the other ones, and no one's gonna pat you on the back for hitting level 60 as a Warlock, but you're gonna have a really good time along the way. If you've never played Classic WoW Hardcore, Warlock is always the class I say, yeah, play the Warlock first to get into Hardcore. You'll have a good time. The second favorite class of mine in Classic WoW Hardcore is the Warrior. That's right. Kind of the exact opposite.
Warrior's
of the
a lot of fun, guys,
Warrior
too.
is considered the most challenging class in Classic WoW Hardcore.
See, this is where I disagree. I personally feel like Shaman is the hardest class in hardcore. Okay, I feel like Shaman is the hardest class in hardcore because Shaman is not good at anything. Hardcore, I mean, Shaman is literally middle of the road at everything. He's a poor man's healer, a poor man's mage, and a poor man's melee DPS. Okay, That's how I see a shaman. I am not. I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, but the survivability on a shaman, I feel like it's less than a warrior. I feel like at risk on a shaman all the time once I get like level 20 plus.
Hardcore. And
they
for
don't
good
scale
reason
well.
too. You're incredibly gear dependent. Your self-healing is non-existent.
Weapon
if
dependent.
If you pull one too many mobs, you are guaranteed to die. How many warrior lives has Fizzle claimed out in Duratar or the Agaman Mills family crypt? I can only imagine. You're going to have so many close calls as a warrior, but you're also going to make so many memories of getting those gear upgrades.
You're going to have awesome victories, though, guys. Awesome victories.
Something I also really appreciate about warriors is kind of what I just said. Like, they're very gear dependent. So when you get those professions like blacksmithing and you get like those armor upgrades, you really feel it. And it's like it's a huge accomplishment as a warrior to progress through the world and get a new weapon. It's delightful even.
It's amazing.
They're difficult.
It feels
they're a challenge.
So good.
Yes, they're going to put some hair on your chest. But if you manage to hit level 20 as a warrior, you have the community's respect. If you hit level 40, dude, you've got a high place of honor as a hero in the hardcore community. And level 60, dude, you are just God sent at that point. The warrior is awesome. You will die a lot, though. And number 3, my third favorite hardcore class. This one's going to come as a surprise to some people because nobody talks about this class. The Shaman. Why does nobody talk about the Shaman? Shaman's a lot of fun when it comes to classic WoW hardcore.
It is a lot of fun.
The Shaman is fantastic in that it's a class that can do so much. You can be like an enhancement shaman, for example, running around.
You can do so much as a shaman, kind of. That's the problem with shaman. You could do so much, kind of.
As a melee dude, you know, killing people with those wind fury.
The heals are actually pretty good.
You could be an elemental shaman playing like a mage, casting lightning bolts and stuff. The totems, man, totems are so useful as a shaman. Like putting down a fire totem just to blast people as you're meleeing down multiple mobs. Putting down a, what's it called, a grounding totem? Like if you're being chased by a ton of mobs by accident, throw that grounding totem down and it slows them all down and it allows you to escape. Shamans have, they have self-healing, but it's not too overdone to the point that the class feels like boring or too easy. You get Ghost Wolf. Shaman is just great.
Ghost Wolf is legit,
class. And the
dude.
best part is going on those class quests to get those totems, dude. Like it feels like you're on a real.
This part scares me every single time. I always stare at death. Like, don't look over the side. I'm like, hero, don't look over the side. Don't look over the side. Talking to myself in third person, and then I look over the side. I'm like, ah!
Adventure.
Oh,
as
I hate
a shaman,
this.
Going out and questing through the world and encountering all manner of
He's
horror.
Still running.
Like, I love the shaman, man. Shaman immediately immerses
so
me
scary,
straight
dude.
into the hardcore challenge, and so I think it's great.
This
but
part
now
right
let's
here.
talk about the part that everybody has been waiting for. The 3 classes that I think are the worst when it comes to classic
Hold on.
hardcore.
What do you guys think? The worst classes in hardcore. Priest, Paladin, and Druid. That's I think if he chose 3 truly fun classes, Warrior is truly fun, Shaman is truly fun, and Warlock, though I'm not really a fan of Warlock, I can see that Warlock is actually fun. Based on that, I can already tell he's not going to like Paladin because it'll be a snooze fest for him. He doesn't look like the kind of person that's going to want to tank with the Paladin, and that for me is what makes Paladin a blast. Okay? Worst as in most painful to play, Paladin Priest for sure. If he says Mage, I swear. Oh, I know, dude. Oh, he better. Okay, let's watch.
I would actually encourage you guys to pause the video right now and leave a comment just saying, what do you think are the 3 worst classes?
Okay, all right, here we go, guys. Okay, 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. I say Priest, Paladin, and Druid are worst, in your opinion. We shall see. The video continues. All right, guys, let's go see. All right.
Classes, or maybe not the worst, but just the least fun. And now here we go. The first class that I think is the most boring to play in classic WoW hardcore is the Paladin.
Druid. Oh, Paladin.
Now, I
okay.
confess to you guys,
Pally,
my
all right.
highest level hardcore character at the moment, not like, you know, the highest I ever got to, but at the moment, my highest level character is a Paladin. And I have to say that Paladin is such a boring class when it comes to hardcore, and for a few reasons. The first reason is the fact that Paladins are like easy mode in hardcore. You have great self-healing, you can bubble, you can do lay on hands, combine that with a little bit of alchemy and potions, you are unkillable as a Paladin.
It's a gift.
Paladin, in my opinion, is even easier mode than playing a Hunter or Warlock. But the thing is, like with a
no. I'm sorry. Hunter is so much easier than a Paladin. Okay, I've played them both. Well, okay, it depends on how you play Hunter. It depends on how you guys play Hunter. If you guys have seen me play Hunter, I play Hunter differently. My choice of pet on Hunter is a gorilla. They have an ability called Thunder Stomp, and it is freaking amazing. It's like Warrior's Thunderclap, except for it holds an insane amount of threat, and it does good damage. Okay, it's on a 1 minute cooldown. You can literally, I have video of me sending in my pet from enemy to enemy to enemy, just slingshotting it from one camp to another. I wait for everything to get together. I do one Thunder Stomp to get threat on everything, and I just start multi-shotting and killing everything one by one. When I need to give my pet a little bit, I wait for like 2 or 3 enemies to die. I give my pet some regen, get the health ticking up again, and then start multi-shotting again. Just kill everything. A gorilla, when it is leveled up, when you put points into it and trained it really well, it is a really, really good pet that almost nobody uses it because they just don't know about it. It's so damn good. It's honestly, I'll probably see if I can find some video after this real quick, guys, about what I did with my gorilla. It's a lot of fun.
Hunter, you have the whole thing of training your pet and getting ammo and feeding your pet, and that's all cool, you know, taming like new mobs out in the world, that's fun. With the Warlock, you got all the different spells and abilities, and the Warlock is just an interesting class, but Paladin, it's just the auto attack class. You're just going through the hardcore challenge, you're not really under that much threat compared to other classes, and you're just auto attacking everything down.
It depends.
It's pretty dull, I have to
admit. As a Paladin, though,
like,
you take chances that you wouldn't take with other classes.
Challenge, you don't really get any challenge out of it, and it's pretty dull. Now, keep in mind, I love the Paladin as a class in general, but if you're looking to play hardcore, I would never recommend a Paladin unless you just really want to take it easy mode. The second class that I would say is my least favorite in classic WoW hardcore is the Priest.
Oh, bro, come on, man. Are we going to go 3 for 3?
The reason why is, as a Priest,
I hate the Priest.
You are 100% going to be wand dependent in classic WoW hardcore. You can't go and trade with a mage and get a ton of water. So if you're going to play like just pure spellcaster priest, you're going to be drinking water constantly. You're going to be buying water from the vendors.
I will say this. I probably will play priest at some point on this server. And the reason why is because I can wait until I have played enough characters to send my priest really decent gear to start it off with. That way, you know, I have a wand like at level 5 and like I'm ready to go, and I don't necessarily have to, you know, struggle to get over that struggle, which is just so, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not because priest is challenging. It's just because you got to get your wand, you got to get some mana, you got to get a few things set up, and then your priest can kind of level pretty quickly. If I can skip all that, I'm all about it. All you need is a wand and spirit tap. Yep. Nothing hardcore about doing that. Being able to set up gear ahead of time. I hate they are I love that they're allowing this. I love that they're allowing this. We talked about that earlier, and the reason why I like that is because it's going to make it so people are when somebody dies, they're going to be more willing to start over and keep playing on the server instead of getting so upset they lost their character and they stop playing hardcore. The server would die way faster if they didn't allow it. Okay? At the same time, also, you got to remember, other hardcore games have shared stashes. It's the way hardcore works. Okay? Because they don't want you to feel like, oh my God, I have to do all this all over again. Because it's just, for a lot of people, they just don't want to go through it. They just don't want to go through it. So once you die, if you can kind of get started with the ground running and set yourself up for success or a little bit more success, at the end of the day, there's going to be so many chances for you to die in hardcore. Having a wand at level 5 and a little bit of cloth to give you some first aid levels is not going to make it so that you don't have a challenge on your leveling. It's just not, you know? That's why I feel like Immortal at 60 would have more staying power. I agree with you in that sense. However, it would destroy the whole high level hardcore aspect and the economy would no longer be as cool, right? Doing my second 1 to 10 priest on the PTR right now. Oh, did you die or something on your other one?
You're going to lose your money really fast. You're pretty much, as a priest, forced into going full-on wand mode. And it can be fun, I admit, and I've had fun being an enchanting priest and making my wands and stuff and leveling up the wands and whatnot. But combined with the fact that priests also have such incredible self-healing, kind of like paladins, you're just pretty much sitting there, no real threat, no real challenge to it. You're just kind of going from here and there, wanding down mobs.
That to me, I don't see that as any more fun
that's pretty much
than
the
being
whole
a paladin.
experience.
That's
the first thing, though. The second
me.
thing, though, that people don't really talk about with the priest, and this is why priest can be like very not so fun in hardcore. Playing a priest, like if you have any sort of issues with anxiety, the priest is terrible. Because the thing is as a priest, everyone is going to want you to heal their dungeon group, right? Everyone's going to be like, oh, you're a priest, you know, come.
See, this is why I will probably want to play a priest at some point in hardcore, because I love healing. I love healing in dungeons. It's so much fun for me. I love running around the world. I love the idea of saving somebody's life in hardcore. It makes me so happy when I can save somebody in hardcore. It's just so fulfilling. I love it. So naturally being able to do that and not being like, oh, I can only run each dungeon once and I can actually do what I enjoy doing as a priest will make me more likely to want to play it.
Come heal Deadmines, come heal Ragefire Chasm, you know, whatever it is, Shadowfang Keep. And the thing is like on modern WoW, in the normal game, if people die in the dungeon, you know, just revive, whatever. But when you play a priest on classic WoW hardcore, if you're
a good healer, they're going to remember your name.
You didn't heal them.
That's another thing.
These people are trusting you with their very lives. And this could be for any healer, whether it's like a paladin, a druid, but you know, priest is the healer. I mean, come on, it's the healer class.
If you are a bomb-ass healer and you save somebody's life in a dungeon and you are the reason why they're alive, I'm sorry, they're going to remember who you are and they're going to want you in their group every single time. They will write your name down and they will wait until you're online to do content. I promise you that.
So if you have any sort of issues with anxiety, dude, if you run a dungeon like I did as a priest, damn, like you feel the pressure of it. You're like, oh,
that's
man,
what I'm
really
excited about in a hardcore server.
So,
is people
that can
remembering
be fun for
who
a lot
you
of
are.
people, and maybe I'm just a little too into it, but I don't like the priest for that reason, in my opinion. And the third class that, at least for me, is the least fun in classic WoW hardcore.
Druid.
This was really hard. It was really hard to choose a third class. It was really just those two that I wanted to pick on. But there's one more that I would say is not very fun. They can be in some respects, but they're not fun overall, I think. And that is the Druid. Now, here's the thing about the Druid. The Druid is a really
I'm just gonna leave it up there.
in that they're very versatile. They can do pretty much anything.
3 for 3.
They've got a ton of cool buffs that they can apply to themselves. They've got some decent self-healing.
Okay, I will say people that are into Druid are really into Druid. Okay, so I'm going to say that I know people don't agree with this. A lot of people don't agree with Druid sucking, but I'm not a fan of Druid. I've tried so much to want to play to try and play Druid, and I've just never been able to do it. Maybe on this server I might finally be able to, with the whole, like I said, the shared stash thing. I can give myself some halfway decent gear at level 5 so that, you know, my spells actually feel like they're doing some damage. You know, maybe, but I'm just saying, dude, like, no. Druid takes a million macros, but I love playing the bear. See, I don't like shape-shifting. You know, believe it or not, I'm not a fan of retail, but Druid in retail is so much fun. I love it in retail. I think it's so cool. The bear looks amazing. The various different cats, they just look so cool. It's just, in classic, I'm just not a fan. I've tried so much, guys, because all the magic spells, the healing, it looks so cool. It's the coolest looking spells next to the freaking shaman, in my opinion. It's just not fun. My problem is I don't have the control I need playing one compared to a warrior
and stuff.
I feel you.
And they can
it's
fulfill
totally different.
any role. You could be like a warrior-esque druid playing as like some big beefy bear tank. You could be a DPS cat, kind of like a rogue. Rogues are a lot of fun in classic WoW hardcore.
Yeah.
Or you can be a spell-casting balanced druid. But the thing is that unfortunately, druids fall into that issue where they can do everything, but everything that they can do, another class could do it better. Like, would you rather
like
play
shaman.
as a bear druid and play hardcore like that, or play as a warrior? I think the warrior, you're going to have a lot more fun. Would you rather be the cat or be the rogue? I think rogue's going to be a lot more fun because you can vanish and sap mobs and pick locks and stuff. You know, would you rather be a balanced druid and run out of mana every 2 spells, or be a mage? So I think that, like, druids are cool
every 2
as a
spells.
hardcore class, and they can be fun, but I don't know. I just think that they miss the mark a little bit, at least for me. I've never really been able to get into playing a druid, and if you were to tell me right now, like, hey, you know, make a druid and start playing him, I'd be a little towards the idea, I admit. Really hard choice, though. Really difficult in terms of choosing a third class that I thought was kind of compared to the others. What do you guys think, though? What are your 3 favorite and what are your 3 least favorite? Leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching.
All right, guys, what do you guys think in chat? What are your 3 favorites and your 3 least favorites in chat? Okay, my 3 favorites, I'm going to say are mage, rogue, and hunter. Those are my 3 favorites. Okay, and that's just talking about straight having a good time playing those classes. Okay, mage, rogue, and hunter. All right. One of my favorites in hardcore, not necessarily talking about like fun wise, but just one that I really like playing in hardcore, is a paladin. Okay, I know people, you know, don't agree with that, but I really enjoy it. Ones that I don't like druid, I don't like priest, so my mind might change because of this, and I don't like warlock. I just don't like warlock. I've tried playing warlock so many times, I can't do it. You know what I mean? I don't ignore you, bro. I've answered almost everything you've asked. Favorite hunter and mage. Least favorite warrior. Okay, I'm there with you with hunter and mage. Warrior's cool. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna play it again. I know that. Favorite warrior, mage, hunter. Least priest, druid, shaman. Shaman. It's funny because for me, shaman is actually really, really fun. Shaman is really fun. I just don't think that shaman is really a particularly good hardcore class, but maybe we'll find out more about that when we do our WoW Classic spec tier list, spec and class tier list. All right.